Hey Threefold, it's Garrett again, and I'm here to give you your at-home workout number 15. This one is going to be for April 2nd. Today we have some Murph prep. So Murph is still a ways away. May 25th, I believe, is the date for Memorial Day. So we have a good amount of time, but it's never too early to just get a little bit of preparation in there for you. And that's what we're doing today. So we're going to start our warm up off today with a quick 100-meter run. So if you can't get outside for whatever reason, or if it's inconvenient, you can always just jog in place for about, let's say 30 seconds, just literally jogging in place, pretending like you're running. So after that 100-meter run, it's nice and short. You're going to come in and do 40 seconds of air squats to start, and then you move on to 40 seconds of a child's pose. Child's pose is just going to be a good stretch where you're coming down on the ground. Your toes can be together, knees nice and wide. Then you're taking your hands out as far as you can in front of you, and then trying to reach your head down towards the ground. You should feel this all through your back and your lower back, shoulders. That'll really just help open you up a little bit. Then we have a down dog. So you can go pretty much right from your child's pose and then place your feet or tuck your toes underneath, and then head goes through your arms. Try and look at your toes the best you can. And you're going to hold that stretch for about 40 seconds as well. Then you're going to go out for another run. This one's just going to be a little bit longer than your last one. Your last one was 100 meters. This is going to be 150 meters. If you're jogging in place, or if you're just going out without knowing how far you're actually going, maybe run about 45 seconds or so. I think that should be about the equivalent of what you would be doing in a 150 meter run. Then when you come back in, you're doing 30 seconds of a flutter kick. In that one, you can just lay down on the ground. If you want, you can put your hands underneath your hips if you'd like, and then you're just fluttering your feet, kind of just like you're swimming, pretty much. Just small, fast kicks are going to be good. 30 seconds of that will go by quick. Then you have 30 seconds of an inchworm. That's that one where you can just bend down, reach for the ground, walk your feet out, or walk your hands out as far as you feel comfortable. Walk them back to your feet, and then just keep repeating forward and back. 30 seconds of that. Then we're on to your third run. Your third run this time is going to be 200 meters. So maybe just running for about a minute, or running and jogging in place for about a minute. And after that, you're going to be doing a 20 seconds of a hollow body rock. So for this one, you want to try and go into a nice tuck, almost like you're going to start a crunch. Rib cage is going to be down. That midline is going to be locked in place. You're not going to get any movement right here the whole time. It's just going to be nice and solid. It's an isometric hold. Then you can raise your feet about 6 inches off the ground, and if possible, reach above your head. Again, hands about 6 inches above the ground or so. And then you're just going to do 20 seconds of a nice easy rock. These don't have to be huge rocks whatsoever. Just keep them nice and small and fast if possible. 20 seconds hollow body rocks, then 20 seconds of normal push-ups. If you can't get a full chest to ground push-up, you can just limit your range of motion. That's going to be fine as well. Then we have gate openers with a squat. So for these, you're going to start with your toes just facing straight ahead in your squat with stance. When you go down into your squat, you want to pivot on your heels so that your toes actually kind of turn out as you go down into your squat. So as I go, as I'm going down, I'm going to pivot my toes out, and then as I stand, I'm going to pivot them back to normal. So 20 seconds of that gate opener in the squat. So that's your warm-up. That's just one time through basically those 3 rounds of different movements and different length runs. Then we're getting into our Murph prep. The Murph prep is going to be a simulation of Murph where we start with a mile run. So on Beyond the Whiteboard, it says about 70% effort or a 13 RPE rating, which is rate of perceived exertion, which is individualized. So it's basically you would be going somewhat hard in that run. It's not an all-out effort, just something that's gonna test you a little bit. You're definitely gonna start breathing a little bit heavier. Obviously, you're gonna feel a little bit of a burn, but it's not gonna be anything too extreme, especially if you have not been running at all, and this is maybe your first time going outside to run. It'll be tough. So we wanna keep that effort level just kind of at a moderate pace. We don't want to go too hard with this because then you're just going to be super sore, and we want to keep you guys going so that you can come back tomorrow and still work out and not just be destroyed. So at about a 70% effort level for that 1 mile. If you're not too sure how far 1 mile is, there's a lot of really good apps out there anymore that you can just easily download for free. It'll track you through your GPS. And then there you go. If you do not have the ability to go outside for a run, there's a few different things you could do. If you have an object or maybe some steps that you can step up onto and do some alternating step ups for a total of 7 minutes, that's one alternative to actually going outside and running. You also could run in place for about, let's say, 7 minutes and literally just stand in the same spot, alternate your arms, alternate your legs for 7 minutes. I guarantee that's going to be pretty tough. That's going to be more of a mental push than anything else. Just staying in the same spot and just constantly moving like that. I honestly think that'll be pretty difficult. Now, when it comes to running, if you are going outside to actually run, or maybe running on a treadmill that you may have at home, there's a few things I want you guys to think about. As you are running, let's talk about our lower body a little bit. As you're kicking back and pressing off of your leg, after it leaves the ground, you guys want to try to have your ankle meet where your knee is for the opposite leg. So it's not necessarily pulling your knee up as high as you can and then taking a stride out. You guys actually want to kind of pull through your hamstring and your glute to get your foot up here. Now, as your foot is here, you want that ankle nice and loose. You don't want to have too much tension in the ankle. That's just wasting unnecessary energy right there. So as you're pressing off, try and meet this position every single time. That will make sure that you're engaging your hamstrings and getting a really good stride. Also, that'll most likely ensure that you are striking right underneath of you at about the mid to forefoot of your foot. So that'll give you a really good stride. You won't be heel striking as much if you try and meet this spot and then come right down. So that'll be a really efficient way of running and activating that hamstring. Also with the upper body, I want you guys to think about just having a lot of movement through your upper body as we're going, through your shoulders, I should say, back and forth. The angle of your elbow shouldn't necessarily change that much as you're running. If you're running like this, it's not going to actually propel you forward. If you're running through or moving through your shoulder, that is what's actually going to propel you through your run, not just this chopping motion. That's not going to do too much for you at all. Also, try and have your arms going straight back and forth, almost like you're on a railroad track. This will be efficient. I see a lot of people, they might cross one arm in front of them or cross both arms. That energy is literally going sideways instead of going straight forward and back like you want it. That's going to make you super efficient in your upper body as well. So take some notes about that. Practice that as you're running. Like we said, it's about a 70% effort, so you have a little bit of room to be able to think about those things as you're running, which is going to be really beneficial and make your running as efficient as possible. After that 1 mile run, we are doing a 10-minute AMRAP. This AMRAP is going to be 5 sit-ups, So really any style you want with your sit-ups. If you want to do that butterfly sit-up like we normally do, if you have an ab mat and you want to use that ab mat, great, go ahead, use it. If you want to do an anchored sit-up, maybe putting your feet underneath like a couch or something like that, and then using that as some assistance to get up, that really forces your core and your hip flexors to get burned up. Really any way you want with those. So 5 sit-ups, then we have 10 push-ups, and then we have 15 air squats. If you do have a pull-up bar at home and you want to sub out those sit-ups for actual pull-ups and make this like a real Cindy style 10-minute AMRAP, go ahead. There's nothing wrong with that. That'll actually simulate your Murph prep or Murph in general a lot better. But for those who do not have a pull-up bar, the ab mat sit-ups are going to do really, really good for today. And then after that 10-minute AMRAP, you're right out the door for that second 1 mile run. And that's also going to be the same thing you started with at that 70% effort level. Now today we don't have a cash out or anything, just because this run portion is going to be a good amount of work anyway. Especially if you haven't been running, this is really going to test you. So go through that. We do have a bonus workout. It's that dumbbell workout that we usually put up, and that one, if you have Beyond the Whiteboard, you can go into that and it'll show all the description with the video description and with the text description as well under that video, or under that workout, I'm sorry. So you have all of that to do today. It's gonna be a good workout. I'm pretty sure the weather is supposed to be really nice on Thursday, so it'll be awesome if you guys can get out for that run. All right, I will see you guys another day. I hope everybody is being safe and healthy, and I can't wait to see you guys back in the gym. I miss you all so much. I know, like Scott, Ross, Tara, Kate, everybody, we definitely miss having you guys around. So stay healthy so we can see you back in the gym. All right, love you guys. See ya. Bye.